Namaste students, myself Dr. Kundan Mishra, Assistant Professor, Department of Tantra, Vidhi Vaidika, Jyoti Vidyapit University, Jaipur. Students, in last lecture we already started the topic of metal toxicities. Okay. There are various type of metal toxicity are generally found in our environment. Okay. One of such a toxicity in last lecture we have studied is lead toxicity. Now another metal toxicity is copper toxicity. Uh, Today in the lecture we have studied about the copper toxicity. What is copper? It is the brown colored metal. Uh, as a metal, it is non-poisonous. It is the important integral part of the enzyme which are present in the body. Action. It's a high affinity for sulfur triacid and amino groups. Also target nucleic acid. The toxic compounds and its uses. First of all, copper sulfate, CuSO4. It is also called as buvitriol or Nila-Tutia. It is the large blue crystals soluble in water and static in taste. It is used in algicide, fungicide, electroplasting, leather tanning, hide preservation to impart the rich green color and for preservation of fruits and vegetables, and also used as emetic except in arsenic. It is used as antidote in phosphorus poisoning where it forms cupric phosphide, which is a non-toxic substance. Then copper subacetate. It is also called as verdigris or zangle. It is the blue-green powder formed by the action of vegetable acid on improperly tinned copper cooking vessels. It is used in the art and external medicine. Then copper carbonate, which is used as the fungicide. Then exposure, absorption and excretion of the copper. The principal route of exposure is through ingestion, inhalation of fumes and dust, and also exposure of skin. Then maximum absorption occurs in stomach and gastrointestinal tract, and then transported to liver to bond with ceruloplasmin. Then copper excreted in feces, bile, and urine. Then fetal dose and fetal period. Fetal dose of copper subacetate is 15 gram, while copper sulfate is 20 gram, while fetal period of copper is 1 to 2 days. Then sign and symptoms. Sign and symptoms of acute toxicity are included gastrointestinal tract symptoms like metallic taste, talism, thirst, pulky abdominal pain, nausea, eruptions, repeated vomiting, which is blue or green in color, diarrhea, which is brown in color, with much straining. Okay. Then after hemolytic tendencies due to increased concentration of copper in erythrocyte resulting in hematemesis and melena. Then hepatic jaundice. Hepatic symptoms include jaundice, which include yellowish colorment of the icterus and all body. Okay. Then after renal symptoms include oliguria, hematuria, uremia. Then muscular symptoms include cramps or spasms in legs and paralysis. Then inhalation of fume leads to sore throat, cough, conjunctivitis, and perforation of nasal mucosa. Then skin exposure leads to contact dermatitis. Then after treatment, there is no need to use emetic as vomiting occurs in 5 to 10 minutes. Then gastric lavage by 1% potassium ferrocyanide as it forms insoluble cupric ferrocyanide. Then demulsions like egg white or milk may be used in the treatment of copper poisoning. Then castor oil also be used in such poisoning. The chelating agent like D-penicillamine in the dose of 2 gram per day in 4 divided doses orally. PDTA or PAL also used in the treatment of copper poisoning. Also the morphine and diuretics also used in treatment of copper poisoning. Other treatment may be symptomatic. Also, for in severe cases, cortisone 50 to 100 mg in tedious dose daily should be given. Then postmortem findings of copper poisoning. It shows a skin yellow in color, okay, which leads to symptoms like jaundice. Then greenish blue froth from mouth, also greenish blue tints in the mucous membrane of gastrointestinal tract. The liver becomes soft and fatty, shows centrilobular necrosis and biliary stasis. Kidney shows degenerative changes in proximal tubules and hemoglobin casts. Then chronic poisoning. It generally seen in the factory workers. It results from preservation and cooking of food in unclean copper utensils may result in poisoning as it is contaminated with verdigris. Then chronic consumption of fruit and vegetables preserved and colored with copper sulfate also leads to the chronic poisoning of the copper. Then sign and symptoms of chronic poisoning. Here the greenish or purple line on gums at its junction with the teeth called Clapton's line. Okay, then giddiness and headache. Laryngitis, bronchitis also seen in the chronic copper poisoning. Metal fume fever, progressive emaciation with anemia, malaise and debility, conjunctivitis and corneal ulcer also seen in the chronic copper poisoning. Also the bronch diabetes, which is also seen in the chronic copper poisoning. Treatment will be symptomatic management. Then Kerr's Fischer's ring. Kaiser's Fischer's rings are brown or gold, which is generally a little than rust that forms around the edge of iris and cornea. They appears in both eyes, which is caused by copper deposits in the stroma. Then after postmortem findings. In postmortem findings, it shows fatty degeneration of the liver and degeneration of epithelial cell of the kidneys. Then medico-legal aspect. The use of copper as a suicide poison is generally common. Then accidental. Eating food choked in copper utensils, which is leads to the accidental poisoning, which is generally seen in the children. Then copper use in IUCDs and hemodialysis equipment, which also leads to the poisoning. Copper is used as antidote in the phosphorus poisoning and wound debridents. Then cattle poison and homicide are rare. Okay, thank you, students. Uh, Today we have completed the concept of copper poisoning. In next lecture, we will discuss the concept of in next lecture we will discuss about the mercury poisoning and other metal poisonings. Thank you, students.